Shalom. Thank you all for joining us for Children of Life Bible Study. We're going to go ahead and begin with prayer. Father High, we thank you for the wisdom that you give us, the understanding that you give us, your mercy, your compassion. You do so much for us, Lord Yeshua, and we are thankful for it. Amen. All right. So first, we're going to start off with, we're going to sing the Lord's Prayer in ancient Hebrew. I guess. Y'all just put up.
Well, no, they was too close last week.
Oh, okay. All right, the Lord's Prayer in ancient Hebrew. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Haya Shemka, Ahaya, Malak Waka, Gabah, Ratzah,
Louder, children.
Aisha, Ratzah, Kumam, Haya, Bashemayim, Within Nawa, Laham, Kaluam, Wasalak Nawa, Kawawak Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawak Nawa, Wala, Goodbye Nawa. Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Haya Shemka, Ahaya, Malak Waka, Gabah, Ratzah, Haya, Aisha, Ratzah, Koam, Haya, Bashemayim, Within Nawa, Laham, Kaluam, Wasalak Nawa, Kawawak Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawak Nawa, Wala, Goodbye Nawa, Vanasaya Wana, I was shy Nawa, Ma, Rakaya,
Now we have the Lord's Prayer in English. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
All right. Next is the Credo. Where's Credo found?
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Shema Yisrael Ahaya, Alahai Nawa Ahaya Akkad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Shema Yisrael Ahaya, Alahai Nawa Ahaya Akkad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Shema Yisrael Ahaya, Alahai Nawa
commandments, and where are they found?
Tree.
All right, what's the first commandment?
Thou shalt not have other gods before me.
The second commandment?
Thou shalt not take any graven images.
The third commandment?
Thou shalt not take the Lord God in vain.
Try it again.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord God.
All right, what's the fourth commandment?
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
All right, what's the fifth commandment?
Honor thy father and thy mother, that they shall dwell forever.
What's the sixth commandment?
Like not kill.
Seventh commandment?
Like not steal.
Eighth commandment?
Like not steal.
Ninth commandment?
Like not bear false witness with thy neighbor.
10th commandment?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Good. All right. The fruit of the spirit is next, okay? And what book chapter?
Galatians.
Can I finish? Okay. Everyone stand on my count of three. 1, 2, 3.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love,
Joy,
peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Make sure the Spirit is no one.
All right. Now we have.
Keep off.
Do we know?
No.
No. Oh, that's the
She
word.
said no.
All right. On the count of three, everyone's gonna sing. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
No, you're not. You stand. 1, 2, 3.
Abba, was Kataya,
Kalama Sahara to Zechariah. Abba Gada was Kataya. Kalama Sahara to Zechariah.
Abba, was Kataya. Kalaman Sahara to Zechariah.
Good job. All right. Next is what?
Beatles.
The numbers.
Section 3.
The numbers 1 through 30. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
1 to 9, 2 to 9, 3 to
Kamasha.
9,
4 Arabahaiha. 5 Kamasha. 6 Shasha. 7 Shabakaiha. 8 Shemawana. 9 Shakaiha. 10 Aishar. 11 Akkad Aishar. 12
13.
I don't hear everyone.
14. Abarat Ashar. 15. Kamasha Ashar. 16. Shasha Ashar. 17. Shabbat Ashar. 18. Shemawana Ashar. 19. The Shah Ashar. 20. Ashar.
Where's everybody else? I just hear for now. 21
Ashar.
Akkad Aishar. 22
Ashar.
Salakia. Let's start again. 21 Asharayim Akkad. 22 Asharayim Shanayim.
23.
Asharayim Shalasha. 24
Asharayim.
Arabahaiha. 25 Asharayim Kamasha. 26 Asharayim Shasha. 27 Asharayim Aiha. 28 Asharayim. 29 30. All right, good. What do we have next?
The color.
Yes. Mariah. What's your color? Mm-hmm. Okay. Nisa, what's your color?
You said beige.
Green.
Oh, thank you.
I want green.
You want green?
I
Okay.
want
What's green?
green.
Okay. What's green?
Red.
Thank you. Zion? You want to say colors on? Red. Amaris, which is okay, which is thank you, Micah. I don't think we have.
Yeah, golden yellow is the same.
Okay, how do you say it?
Michael. Michael.
Zechariah.
Michael.
You know what that is.
All right. Araya. I think someone said beige. I think someone said red. Okay, what's brown? Kawam. Thank you. All right. Nasai, you want to say another color? All right. You said red. Araya, you want to say another color? Thank you. All right. Oh, no, there's one more. All right. What's white, everyone? Everyone, what's white? Good job. Oh, yeah. What's pink, everyone? What's orange? Cassava. Good job, everyone. All right, what's next, everyone? Yes, the books of the Bible. Are you guys ready? All right, 1, 2, 3.
Genesis, Job, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges,
Out here, everyone.
Second Samuel, First Chronicles, Second Chronicles, Psalms, Proverbs, Psalms, Solomon,
Ecclesiastes, First Kings, Second Kings, Ruth, Joel, Jonah, Amos, Hosea, Isaiah, Micah, Nahum, Zephaniah, Habakkuk, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Daniel, Ezekiel, Ezra, chapter 1 through 6, Obadiah, Haggai, Zechariah, Ezra, chapter 7 through 10, Esther, Nehemiah, Malachi. Good job. All right, what do we have next? 12 tribes of Israel. Yes. Y'all focus. Let's focus. All right. Who's the firstborn?
Zebulon, Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh,
Next.
Ephraim, and then Benjamin. Excited to say it.
Stop. All right. Can everyone see? You can't see?
Yeah.
Oh, you can see. Oh, okay. I thought you said can. Y'all can see back there? Hold up.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go.
What circle?
Thank you.
Square. It says square.
Okay.
What square?
You know we're on square.
Michael, what square? Neve, what's rectangle? Now, what's triangle? Amaris, what's star? Zion, what's heart? Araya, what's oval? Yeah, there's one of these people who do all the shape.
Yeah. Quick was triangle.
Oh!
Triangle. Oh, okay. Wait, what circle? Oh, okay. What's square? Okay, you got it. Star. Mm-hmm. Star. Wow.
What you talking about? Kawa.
Alright. So, give everybody a window for Araya to see. Alright, we're in Book of Zechariah. Everybody ever? Oh, okay.
Wow.
Y'all excited to learn about the Book of Zechariah? So y'all was excited about that? Oh, it's magnificent. Okay. Well, by the end of this lesson, you guys will be saying something else besides magnificent. Don't prove me wrong. All right, is everyone in the Book of Zechariah? You want help or you got it? Okay. And Micah, you can come up some so you have like off, you know. Okay, scoot over some so you can have some space up here. There we go. That's mine or yours? Okay. We all got more pages.
No, she's hitting the camera.
All right. So with the Book of Zechariah, we're gonna point to one person, and that person's gonna tell us one thing you learned this week with your parents about the Book of Zechariah. Okay? No, you can stay right there. You're fine. It's all right. You see. All right. But now, what's one thing you learned? Just one thing. Just one. Okay. I see. But it's also Zechariah also is prophecy of Revelation. Well, coincides. Zion. What book are we in? Thank you. Amaris, what's one thing you learned? You had a message, okay. Araya. Do you know how many chapters are in the Book of Zechariah? Not 3. Here, look at the bottom. Help you out. Well, she didn't want to.
14.
While we wait for Araya, I'm going to have Mike. What number is that? Thank you. I know you. All right, Neve, what's one thing you can tell me about the Book of Zechariah? No, close, but you gotta say that in a few seconds also. No, not your dream, but in the Book of Zechariah, he had a what? He didn't have a dream. I know what you're trying to say, but you gotta say it correctly. There's 2 things. There's dreams, and there's also. Starts with a D. Somebody's saying it. Just say it. And a vision is when you are. There you go. All right, Michael, what's one thing you can tell me about the Book of Zechariah? Temple? Good, thank you. All right. So now your Dawada Mana's going to tell you guys a little bit more about the Book of Zechariah. So make sure you have your listening ears on and you are listening to your Dawada.
Right. So Zechariah has the most prophecies in his book about Yeshua than any other minor prophet. So Zechariah began his ministry sometime between 520 and 508 BC. Remember last week we talked about Haggai, right?
Yeah.
And he had how many messages?
3.
4.
4.
Yeah, she held up her fingers. Well, Zechariah gave his first message in between Haggai's second and third message. So does that mean that they were alive around the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the tone of the prophecy is one of encouragement. What is this prophecy meant to do?
Encouragement.
Just like we learned last week with who? Haggai. So this message was given to the people when they were discouraged. Do you think this message that Zechariah gives them will give them the encouragement they need?
Yes.
So there was 2 reasons why Zechariah was given the messages and the visions that he was given. And the first one was to encourage the rebuilding of the temple. Remember in Haggai what we left off on?
Yes.
What we left off? How long was Haggai's ministry?
15.
How many months? No.
Get a number.
14.
Oh, no.
It was the shortest one, remember? How many months?
1. Like this many?
4.
4. 4 months.
It's 4 months. 4.
And so the second part of the message is to encourage them to do. So the first message was to encourage them to rebuild the temple and to complete it, right? To complete the temple, finish building it. The second message was to give them even more encouragement so that they can see the temple rebuilt in its glory. Okay?
Yes.
So Zechariah's name means Ahiah remembers. What does it mean?
I remember.
And you say Zechariah in Hebrew as Zechariah.
Zechariah.
How do you say it?
Zechariah.
So Zechariah is the son of Berechiah, and yeah, and his name Berechiah, his name means Ahiah blesses.
Ahiah blesses.
And Berechiah was the son of Edo, and Edo means the appointed time. So it sounds like Zechariah's grandfather and his father were very important people, right? So it is believed that Zechariah was born in Babylon during the 70-year captivity. His coming to Jerusalem is talked about in Nehemiah, and his ministry is mentioned in Ezra. And then Zechariah continued the ministry of Haggai. Who did Zechariah continue the ministry of?
Zechariah.
Who did Zechariah continue the ministry of? Haggai. Did I say that right the first time? Oh, okay. Probably. Oh, was Zechariah a major or a minor prophet?
A major.
Wait.
Minor.
No, smaller. Yeah, so minor. Smaller chapters. Smaller books.
I'm trying to get over it. This big.
All right. So we're going to learn some more things about the book of Zechariah, okay?
Yes.
Thank you, Lisa. So with the book of Zechariah, like Yadawada Amana said, it was to encourage the people to finish the temple. And even nowadays, we should always finish everything to completion and see it through. Have you guys ever did something and then you told your parents, oh, this is too hard, or you just quit and stopped doing it? Has anyone ever did that before? Good. That's good. That's good. So you never want to do that. You never want to quit in between when you're doing something. You never want to give up. You want to finish it through. Okay? You always want to finish strong. Finish strong. All right. Yes. Yeah, don't stop cleaning your room halfway. Be like, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like cleaning up no more. You finish it. You see it all the way through. You take, you put care into the room. You put everything up where it's supposed to go. You wipe everything down. You vacuum. You make sure you see it to the end, and you finish strong. You be working up a sweat. That's good.
But don't you feel better when you walk into a nice and clean room? Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the book of Zechariah, there's also visions and there's also some messages that we're going to take a look at. There's 8 visions in total in the book of Zechariah. How many visions in ancient Hebrew? Shema. Yes. All right. And what's a vision again? When you are awake. But we're going to look at 3 visions of Zechariah. Yep. Well, no, we're going to find out, Michael.
He said, like.
All right, we're going to see. Let's see if that's a vision. But there's plenty of visions. So all the way from the beginning of Zechariah to like halfway, we have 8 visions. But like I said, we're going to only take a look at 3 of those visions. All right? So the first vision, you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're going to be asking some questions, so make sure you're listening to the vision, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to start off in chapter 1. And what's 1 in ancient Hebrew? Lakad, verse Shemawana. Shemawana. 8. Let's focus, all right?
Zechariah chapter Akkad, verse Shemawana. I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse, and he stood among the myrtle trees that were in the bottom, and behind him were their red horses speckled with white.
Okay, so who can tell me what we just read? There was what there? Speckled. All right, we all have. Let's put it together. Okay, there was a red horse, speckled and white. Good job. Y'all just said different parts. So good job. Y'all listening. All right. So we have a red horse, speckled and white. Wow. All right. Well, yeah, they can be red too. Speckled with white. Okay. Okay. Let's tell you what. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's horses that are different colors. Well, maybe one day you will.
All right, let's focus.
Let's bring it back, okay? All right. Let's go ahead now, and we're going to read verse 9. And 9 is what in ancient Hebrew? Everyone turn this way, and let's listen, and let's read verse 9.
Verse the Shah I have. Then said I, O my Lord, what are these? And the angel that talked with me said unto me, I will show thee what these be.
All right, so he wants to know what this means. So now we're going to read verse 10 and 11, and we're going to see what's the meaning of this, okay?
Verse Ishar. And the man that stood among the myrtle trees answered and said, These are they whom the Lord hath sent to walk to and fro through the earth. And they answered the angel of the Lord that stood among the myrtle trees and said, We have talked to We have walked to and fro through the earth, and behold, all the earth sitteth still and is at rest.
All right. So who do you think this is if they're walking to and fro the earth? Yes. Good job. So these are angels. All right. That was the first vision. All right. So again, what are they? Yep. All right. Are you guys ready for the second vision?
Yes!
All right. Let's focus, and we are going to stay in chapter Akkad. Yes. And we are going to start at Shemawana Ishar.
18.
Yes, 18. So is everyone at chapter 1, verse 18?
Yes.
Chapter 1, verse 18.
Verse Shemawana Ishar. Then lifted I up mine eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns.
There were what?
4 horns.
Yes, 4 horns.
4 horns.
Yes. All right. Now we're going to read verse 19 and 20.
Verse Tasha Ishar
The shot.
Tasha Ishar. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem.
What did those horns do?
Scattered.
And
Jerusalem.
that's the I.
Israel.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So these 4 horns, they scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. All right. Now let's go ahead and read verse 20.
20.
Verse
Ashara.
Zechariah. And the Lord showed me 4 carpenters.
What did the Lord show him?
4 carpenters. What is that? 4
We're going to find out. Anyone want to take a guess at what the 4 carpenters might be?
Carpets.
Oh. Anyone else want to take a guess? What?
I think her question was, what is a carpenter?
Oh, so a carpenter is someone that has a skill, and they use that skill to build things with their hands. That's one version of it.
Think of like people who work with wood. They build a table. That's like carpentry work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they use different tools. They use their hands to make things.
You build a table. You build chairs.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna see what the 4 carpenters are. Let's go ahead and read verse 21, and then we'll talk about it. Zechariah, Akkad.
Verse Asharayam Akkad. Then said I, what come these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man did lift up his head, but these are come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it.
All right, so remember these 4 horns, they scattered, and the 4 carpenters also did the same thing. They're the same thing. But the 4 horns and the 4 carpenters are 4 nations. So there are just 4 nations, and they were used by Yeshua to scatter. Who did they scatter again? Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Yes. All right. And that was the second vision. Yeah, we do have 3. You ready for the third one?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to stay in the book of Zechariah, and we're going to move over to chapter Shalasha. Chapter 3. All right. And we're going to start off and we're going to see something really interesting, okay?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and read verse Akkad.
Zechariah chapter Shalasha, verse Akkad. And he showed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him.
So what's going on here? We see who?
Sing.
Who else? Joshua. Joshua's the high priest.
The high priest, the high is Satan.
And Satan is the devil. Yes. Not Jeremiah, Joshua.
You're doing so hard.
All right. Let's go ahead and read verse 2. Let's see what happened in verse 2. And 2 is what in ancient Hebrew? Yes, Shania.
Verse Shania. And the Lord said unto Satan, the Lord rebuke thee, O Satan. Even the Lord that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire?
So it says he rebuked thee. He rebuked Satan. Does anyone know what rebuke means? What? Okay. Anyone else? No, not there. So this is just one way of fighting against Satan. So he's saying the Lord rebuked thee.
Lord, rebuke you.
Everyone said the Lord rebuked thee.
The Lord rebuke you.
Rebuke thee. Say thee, not you. What are you about to say, Marys? Okay. So we see, is he fighting Satan?
Yes.
Can we all fight Satan?
Yes.
And what's one thing we can say when we fight Satan?
Rebuke you.
Say it all together.
I rebuke you.
The Lord.
rebuke thee.
All right. Everyone say, the Lord rebuke thee.
The Lord rebuke thee.
Thee. Yes, the Lord rebuke thee.
So if Satan comes and tries to tell you to hit your brother or sister, what do you say?
The Lord rebuke thee.
If he tries to get you to steal a cookie, what do you say?
The Lord rebuke thee.
If he tells you not to listen to your mother or your father, what do you say?
The Lord rebuke thee. That's right. We fight that devil. Say we fight that devil.
We fight that devil.
That's right. And what you gonna tell him?
The Lord rebuke thee.
All right. So we see that he rebuked Satan. And now let's see what else happened. Verse 3. Verse Shalasha.
Verse Shalasha. Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments and stood before the angel.
His garments were what?
Filthy.
And what does that mean? Were they what?
Dirty.
Dirty.
With blood on it. Dirty. What?
He said, dirt.
All right. But what does that mean? What does it mean that his garments are filthy? That means that represents what?
You have 18 garments on.
Okay. Anything else? But before we get there, what else does it mean?
What does the dirt represent?
Yeah. Not Satan.
Sin.
There we go. Sin.
Sin. It's not sin. It's not sinning.
Yeah, gotta
There's
stop
no
sinning.
sin.
Huh?
There's no sin.
No sin, yes. No sin. All right, let's go ahead and read verse 4. Yes, verse 4.
Verse Arba'ah. And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, Take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, Behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with a change of raiment.
All right, you guys know what iniquity means?
Sin.
Yes. What does iniquity mean, everyone?
Sin.
Sin. All right, so that iniquity has passed, and now he has a change of raiment. So now he has a change of clothes. And let's see what his new clothes are.
Clean garment.
Yeah, let's see exactly what they are in verse 5.
Verse Kamasha. And I said, let them set a fair mitre upon his head. So they set a fair mitre upon his head, and clothed him with garments. And the angel of the Lord stood by.
So what was one of the garments that they pointed out, or what? Say it.
Mitre.
Do you guys know what a mitre looks like?
Is it like a hat?
Everyone look at Sawat and Deacon Manawak. What do you see on their heads?
Kind nothing.
What do you guys see? A mitre. So what's a mitre? Okay. It's right there. Look at them. That's what a mitre is. Maybe one day. Yeah, maybe one day. All right. So now you all see what a mitre is. No, he doesn't. Today. Them two have a mitre. Okay. You see it? Look at it. You see it? You see it?
He does.
Yes. Shepherd wears a mitre also. Yeah. No.
The boys, you guys will get mitres
When they get older.
Get older. Yeah.
When they get older, they'll have one. At a later appointed time. All right. So now he has the clean garments, right? All right. So we're going to stay in chapter Shalasha, and we're going to read verse Shasha through Shabbat, which is, what's Shasha? 6. And what's 7? There we go.
You told me.
I know. I realized that word. So I have to play it off.
Oh, sorry.
You got it.
Zechariah chapter.
Shasha 7. We read. No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Verse Shasha. And the angel of the Lord protested unto Joshua, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts, and I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by.
All right. So we see here that Joshua was told to walk in the ways of Yeshua. Should we walk in the ways of Yeshua?
Yes.
Yes, we should. And we're actually going to go ahead and take a look at that right now. Before we get into prophecy, we're going to move over to chapter 8. So Zechariah, chapter Shemawanah, and we're going to read the Sha'ai Ha'ai. Someone said it again? The Sha'ai Ha, or Shalasha Aishar, Salakia. Shalasha Aishar.
What's the scripture?
Zechariah, chapter Shemawanah, verse Shalasha Aishar. Shalasha Aishar.
They're not turning to it.
So chapter 8, Shalasha Aishar. 13, close. So we're going to read verse 2. Turn to chapter 8. There you go. Find verse 13. All right, everyone's at verse 13?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to read verse 13 to 14. So Shalasha Aishar and Arba Aishar.
Verse Shalasha Aishar. And it came to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, as I thought to punish you, when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith the Lord of hosts, I repented not.
All right, so our ancestors, what did they do before they got punished? They sinned.
They sinned and they caused the Lord to wrath.
Yes, they sinned and they caused. What were some of the things they did?
Make other gods.
Mm-hmm.
They're Satan.
They are of Satan.
What two other gods?
Okay, but let's name something
They
in
what?
particular that they did.
Two other gods they served.
Yeah, they served
Mhm.
other gods.
And they tricked their grandchildren.
Okay. Anyone else want to add anything?
Not me. Not me.
All right. Well, we'll take a look at something in a few moments. Let's go ahead and read verse 15. And 15 in ancient Hebrew is what? 15. Kamasha Ishar.
Verse Kamasha Ishar. So again, have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not.
All right. So when our ancestors sinned, like someone said, they backslide. They weren't being obedient to Yeshua, right? They weren't doing his will. So let's look at some things we should do, and then we'll also look at things that we should not do. So we don't have the wrath of Yeshua come on us, right?
Yes. Because they're holding nothing good.
That's right. All right, so we're going to read verse 16 and verse 17.
Verse Shasha Ishar. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor. And love no false oath, for all these are things that I hate, saith the Lord.
All right, so what are some things we should do?
Peace.
It's in verse 16.
Tell your neighbor
Mm.
love
Okay, love.
and don't kill your neighbor.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's a false oath? Or what?
Like them.
Yeah, ninth commandment, lie. Okay.
Lie.
So execute judgment of truth. And should you keep violence in your gate or peace?
Peace.
So should you fight with your siblings over a toy or what you're gonna watch on TV? Hmm? You didn't fight? Good. That's good.
Fight.
It's just me and you. So.
I didn't fight on my toy.
That's good. Make sure you don't. All right, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. I said the word toys and we just
Right.
All right. What about in verse 17? What are some things we should not do? Look at verse 17.
Do not
Imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor.
Do you know what that means? To imagine evil against your neighbor? What?
Have bad thoughts about
That's
them.
like if, Amaris, you see Banal walking by, you're like, I'm going to trip him when he walks over here. That's imagining evil. Because if he falls and he knocks his tooth out, then what?
What?
He's like, well, I gotta be this. All right, so you don't want. Okay.
Stop it.
All right, so let's focus. So we don't want to have evil. We don't want to imagine evil or love any false oaths. All right. So those things will get people thrown into the lake of fire. And do we want to go to the lake of fire?
No.
That's right. No, we do not. That's right. The New Jerusalem. They do it like that. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm happy you guys said that. let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start looking at some prophecies. So we're going from visions to prophecies. And who can tell me what a prophecy is?
Tell someone. Tell someone which is a gift.
Sometimes.
They'll say, "Thus saith the Lord. This is going to happen. If you don't repent." All right. So let's go ahead and look at the first one. And this first prophecy is a prophecy of Yeshua's
Stop it.
of Yeshua's coming. All right. The first one, okay? So we're going to go to Zechariah chapter the Sha'aiha verse the Sha'aiha. There we go. Is everyone in chapter 9? Micah, are you in chapter 9?
You are John.
First 9. Okay, are you in chapter 9? All right. Is everyone there now?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Let's focus and let's go to chapter 9, verse 9.
Zechariah chapter the Sha'aiha verse the Sha'aiha. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just, and having salvation, lowly, and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the foal of an ass.
All right. So this is a prophecy that's going to happen in the book of Matthew. The book of Matthew, well, one of the Gospels. More important, but Matthew is one of the Gospels where this will happen. How Yeshua is going to enter into the city. Okay? So, that's one prophecy. You guys want to see another prophecy?
Yes.
Yes? All right. So we're going to go over to chapter Shalasha Ishar.
Okay, the king.
Yes. Now, before we get that prophecy, the whole book of chapter Shalasha Ishar. And what's Shalasha Ishar? All right, so everyone should turn to chapter 13. What chapter are we in? No, what chapter are we in? No, 13. Pay attention. No, go back a page. You pay attention. Is everyone in chapter 13?
Yes.
All right. There you go. So in the book of chapter 13, it's talking about a cleansing that's going to take place. And what do you think they're going to cleanse from? What do you cleanse for? Sin. Yes. So they're going to have a cleansing that's going to take place. And Yeshua is going to remove some things from the people, like idols, unclean spirits, things like that.
Spirits.
Yes.
The aquas are clean.
Yes, but not unclean animals, unclean spirits. Yes. And but now, what were you saying? You were saying something. What were you saying? About unclean. Idolatry. So you're just talking about the idols, okay? All right. So, oh, okay. You know, unclean spirits, not animals or things or people. So let's go ahead and we're going to bring it on back. All right. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the prophecy in chapter 13. This prophecy is talking about what's going to happen in the wilderness. Okay. All right. So does anyone know what's going to happen in the wilderness before we read it? Death.
That they will be
Not just yet. Not just yet. All right. Well, let's go ahead and read we're going to go ahead and read in chapter 13. And we're going to read verse 8 and 9. Mm-hmm. Good job. Yeah. Is everyone in chapter 13, verse 8?
Yeah.
13, 8?
Zechariah chapter verse Shemawana. Oh. Chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
So yes, like you said, when everyone first gets into the wilderness, yes, they're going to be rejoicing. Listen, no, you got to listen, okay? They're going to be rejoicing. But in the wilderness, people are going to die because they are sinning. So 2/3 of those people, listen, 2/3 of the people that go to the wilderness are going to die because they're going to sin in the wilderness. But there's going to be 1/3 that makes it through, and they're going to be tried, and they're going to be cleansed. All right. So,
He said cleanse from their sin.
Yep. A cleansing is going to take place. Okay. So that's that 1/3, and we all want to be a part of that 1/3, correct?
Yes.
And in order to be a part of that 1/3, we got to do what Yeshaya expects from us. And what were some things we read over in chapter 8 and verse 16 and 17? What were the things he expects from us? For us to do what? Tell the truth. Don't lie, okay? And don't, what else? Yeah, what about imagine
Evil in your heart.
So if we keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, and we do what's pleasing to Yeshaya, do you think we'll make it through the wilderness?
Yes.
Yes, we'll be a part of that 1/3. If we do what Yeshaya expects from us, we will make it to the wilderness. And then when we get to the wilderness, we'll make it through the wilderness. And what's after the wilderness? The 1,000-year reign. And then, oh, okay. I didn't know what you were saying. Okay, yes. All right. And then after the 1,000-year reign, the New Jerusalem. But what happens to the people who don't make it to the New Jerusalem? Where do they go? Yeah, they're gonna burn. Okay.
Oh, she went deep with it. She was like, "Shine on, show them they sin."
So you think that's gonna be painful?
Yes.
Very, very painful. Do we want to feel pain?
No.
So what we want to do? We want to get to the wilderness. We want to get through the wilderness until the 1,000-year reign, and we won't feel no pain. Come on, y'all, say it with me. Come on, say it with me. We want to get to the wilderness and through the wilderness to the 1,000-year reign, so we don't feel no pain. All right. So we're gonna do what? We're gonna go to the wilderness, through the wilderness, and to the 1,000-year reign, so we don't feel no pain. All right. What we gonna do? Then make it through the wilderness and to the 1,000-year reign, so we don't feel no pain.
I'll see it.
So we want to make sure we're a part of that 1/3, okay? All right. So now we're going to take a look at another prophecy, and this one is the second return of Yeshaya, and that's going to be in Zechariah chapter 14. How do you say 14 in ancient Hebrew? Arabah Ishar. Yep. Yeah. Okay, we'll just read verses 1 through 4. Is everyone in chapter 14?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, 14. All right, and we're going to read verse Shalasha through Arabah verses Shalasha. What's Shalasha?
It was a little too close.
What's Shalasha? Number what?
3.
3. And what's Arabah?
4.
All right.
Zechariah chapter Arabah Akkad. Shalasha?
Oh, wait. Oh. Arabah
Ishar, there we go. Verse Shalasha. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem, on the east, and the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof, toward the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south.
So what we're reading in verse 3 and 4 is talking about Yeshua when he's going to return. And where is his feet going to stand on? Yes. The Mount of Olives. Mount of Olives. All right. So isn't that going to be something, right?
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead and continue. Let's see what else is going to happen. Let's go ahead and read verse Shasha. Yeah.
What you think?
Verse Shasha.
Verse Shasha. And ye shall flee. Oh, sorry. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark.
Verse 7.
But it shall be one day which shall be known to the Lord, not day nor night. But it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light.
All right, we'll talk about that in just a few moments. Let's go ahead and read verse 8 and 9.
And it shall be in that day that living waters shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be.
That's what you're going to do? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and read verse 9.
And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one.
So, what time is that when Yeshua is going to be reigning on the earth? That's the what? So we want to make it to the wilderness and through the wilderness to the. So what is this? The 1,000-year reign in verse 9. Is that going to be a joyful time?
Yes!
Are you going to be excited?
Yes!
Show me how excited. Let me see your faces. How excited you going to be?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
A little scary, some of those.
No, wait. he's coming back, what do you think is going to happen to those other people that aren't serving Yeshua?
They're gonna get burned.
They're going to be destroyed.
Okay.
The great day of the Lord. Remember how the scripture says it's a
And the
great
great
and
white
terrible
throne.
We're not there yet. But
We do that.
Hmm?
Great white throne.
Yeah, but we don't want to be there because those people feel pain.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So let's go ahead and also take a look at. Sorry, 1 second. Verse 16.
Verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Tabernacles?
Yes. So in the 1,000-year reign, do you guys think we're still going to be keeping feasts?
Yeah.
Yes. No. That is in the fall season, but I get what you're saying. But, all right. So this is where we're going to end with the book of Zechariah. We're going to end with learning about the 1,000-year reign. Oh, chapter 7 through 10? Yes. All right. So remember, we have to do what's pleasing in Yeshua's sight, and we have to do what he expects for us to do. And when we do that, where are we going to go? To the wilderness. Are we going to make it?
To wilderness, 1,000 years, there's still no pain.
All right, let's try that again. To the wilderness,
Wilderness,
through the wilderness, to the 1,000-year reign, so we don't feel no pain. Who want to feel pain in here?
Not me.
All
Not
right.
me.
Ooh, I was waiting for somebody to say me. I was pitching real hard.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for Children of Light Bible Study. All praise, honor, and glory goes to High Yeshua and the Holy Spirit for this. And please join us for our main Shabbat lesson at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kwam Yasha.
Bye.